selfies provide health insights? Next. Over the last 2 decades, the selfie has gone from pixelated flip phone image to polished social media post. And the modern day self-portrait is about to get even more up close and personal.
I'm getting a live feed of your vitals. I can see your systolic, diastolic blood pressure as we speak.
Enter Honora, a health selfie app developed by Toronto-based medtech startup Neurologics.
What we are trying to do at Neurologics is to bridge the gap between lab-based clinical equipment and the general public.
Think of the traditional ways that we would have to get that information. You'd have to go to your doctor, get the test, follow up later. We can simplify that workflow.
We're a multidisciplinary engineering company, so we've brought lots of disciplines of medicine and biology and physics and machine learning research together to create something quite unique.
Using a video camera and good lighting, Levy says Honora can measure about 30 different health indications from a 30-second selfie.
What's so radical about what we're doing is it's non-contact. Our sample comes from the camera and it's a virtual extraction of your blood flow. We started with heart rate, breathing. These were relatively simple for us in the early days. And then we migrated to blood pressure, cardiovascular disease risks, your triglycerides, your cholesterol.
How can a selfie measure all of these parameters? Dr. Thompson says the idea is similar to how pulse oximeters work. Honora uses transdermal optical imaging, or TOI, a technology that uses light to capture facial blood flow through a video camera. This data is sent to their cloud-based effective AI models for processing. Results are then displayed back in the app in just a few seconds.
For over 7.5 years now, we've been training models. We have an extensive collection of human samples that we've used as our ground truth. What I mean by this is we use medically approved and regulated equipment, and we establish that as our baseline.
Neurologics has 17 patents and several clinical studies backing its accuracy, though the app is currently for investigational use only and is not yet FDA approved.
The next step in our product roadmap is a telehealth product, and it provides even more capabilities.
So over the next 2 minutes, there'll be a scan. We'll let this run, and it'll do some analysis, not only for your vitals, but we'll see some other parameters come up. I'm a family doctor. It's been really interesting to see how technology has evolved and allowed us to interact with our patients where they are, moving the encounter really to the patient's home. So this is a summary of that 2-minute scan. Your blood pressure is amazing. You're not at risk for heart disease or stroke. It's a game changer, really, on how telemedicine will be in the future.
Dr. Thompson says this is not meant to replace doctors, rather complement them.
We're still going to need that personal relationship. We always want our technology to be under that directive control of a physician or a healthcare provider. It's going to be hard for my colleagues, I'll be honest, because I think as AI moves into what I do as a primary care clinician, I can fight it tooth and nail, or I can recognize that it can help me do a much better job than I can by myself.
The technology has also faced hesitancy on the consumer side.
People look at our technology and I think sometimes, oh, it's a video, you've kept the video. No, it's pixelated images of blood flow.
Our software will break that video down within your app and extract the facial blood flow material, and it just sends that material.
3 decades from now, this will just be like my stethoscope for interacting with my patients and simplifying how I can engage with them.
We've just scratched the surface right now with what we can do.
While the future of wellness looks to be largely tech-focused, the health benefits of the great outdoors will never be replaced. I'm Rahel Solomon. We'll be back next month with a glimpse into what entertainment might be like in 2050.
A local researcher says learning how healthy you are can be as simple as a smartphone selfie. New research shows the Made in Canada app is a reliable way to measure blood pressure, but as Lauren Pelly reports, privacy experts are urging caution when it comes to sharing your health data.
Imagine using a smartphone selfie to learn how healthy you are.
The most exciting part of this technology is that we spend so much time on our phones.
Researcher Kang Lee is developing an app that scans your face in just 30 seconds.
The technology is called transdermal optical imaging. So the principle is very simple.
As light penetrates your skin, it hits a protein inside your red blood cells called hemoglobin, which carries oxygen throughout your body. When the light bounces back, it reveals your blood flow. Lee's app captures that data to figure out someone's blood pressure and more.
So our app can measure accurately your heart rate, your stress, your blood pressures, your BMI, your facial skin age, your cardiovascular disease risks. And finally, you have a total health score.
While more research is needed, one early study showed the technology is roughly 95% accurate at predicting someone's blood pressure in under 2 minutes. We decided to test it out and compare it to traditional methods for assessing your blood pressure, body mass index, and heart rate. By using an arm cuff and some number crunching, a nurse was able to share my health status. The results were almost identical, but it took a whole lot longer than the app.
This is actually, it took at least 3 years of work to get to where we are.
Lee's full app isn't on the market yet, but hundreds of other high-tech health companies are already tracking users' data, from weight changes to hormonal cycles. Others, like 23andMe, are offering DNA analysis results over email. That means there's now a whole lot of personal health data floating around on these. So what's that mean for modern medicine and your privacy?
Imagine if some very sensitive health-related data got into the hands of your employer or your insurer, and you didn't know about it.
So you know how we have these eyeball recognition you see on the movies? So could they actually take that image of my eyes and then now create an image, which is basically just a digital number that they can then feed and then bypass any type of security? So these are the kind of strange things that we need to think about.
Lee says his app won't tie health data to someone's name, keeping it anonymous, and he hopes it will do more good than harm.
The preventative care and medicine will save, make our life better, also save a lot of costs to our healthcare system.
Lauren Pelly, CBC News, Toronto.
Selfie health checkup, Amber. What's this all about? What's that? This is so cool. This is a Canadian company, and it's early days for this technology, but basically using your front-facing camera, you're able to take a selfie, and this will act as a health check-in or check-up. The idea that it can see your blood flow, it can tell things like your heart health, your respiratory rate. You can get a general wellness score within the app. In just 30 seconds, you're able to get all of this information. Again, early days, but super cool technology and lots of potential. Just from the face, you can get all that information?
Well, so as Amber mentioned, there's a lot of work that needs to be done to make sure that this is accurate. It is in the early days, but it's really, really cool. And as I said to you earlier, it's almost like those tricorders in Star Trek that we all hope we'd get to one day. So
right.
I love this if it works. So the idea that you can just look at your smartphone camera, it's going to get things like your heart rate, your blood pressure, your oxygen levels. Imagine how much that can help healthcare professionals to take care of you remotely from far away.
So they'll get all the details from that.
Exactly. They can get all your vitals from far away. But not only that, it's been well shown that people, when they're monitoring their own health, when they're aware of things like their blood pressure, their heart rate, etc., they take better care of themselves. They're more proactive, they're more active, and they end up having better outcomes as a result.
They want a better score.
Absolutely.
Just like our Uber